Welcome. You may be aware that the California Highway Patrol has recently increased their efforts in the enforcement of the English language proficiency requirements for those holding a commercial driver's license. This enforcement has resulted in a great deal of confusion and stress for our valuable drivers who may struggle with their communication in English. We understand that many of you have questions and don't know what to expect under this new enforcement. In this video, we will show you what the roadside interview will look like and give you a tool you can use to practice your English comprehension.
Bienvenido. Es posible que usted sepa que la Patrulla de Caminos de California, California Highway Patrol, CHP, ha incrementado recientemente sus esfuerzos para hacer cumplir los requisitos del idioma inglés para conductores con licencia de conducir comercial. Esta aplicación de la ley ha generado mucha confusión y estrés para nuestros valiosos conductores que pueden tener dificultades con su comunicación en inglés. Entendemos que muchos de ustedes tienen preguntas y no saben qué esperar bajo esta nueva aplicación de la norma. En este video, le mostraremos cómo será la entrevista en carretera y le daremos una herramienta que puede usar para practicar su comprensión del inglés.
The roadside driver interview consists of two parts and is conducted during a traffic stop or at facilities such as scales or inspection stations. In the first part of this interview, an officer will ask the driver a series of questions related to their workday. The driver is required to understand and respond to the officer in English. The second part of this interview will consist of the officer showing pictures of 4 common highway traffic signs. The driver must be able to identify and explain the meaning of each sign in English. Failure to pass this interview will result in the driver being cited and placed out of service, requiring the driver to report to the DMV to retest. If issued a citation, a driver cannot legally drive until the issue is resolved. This video training is meant to help you prepare for the driver interview and practice your communication with CHP officers during a roadside inspection. We know that this issue has caused fear and confusion. At Young's and TVT, we are committed to being a resource you can count on. We have developed this video and other resources to help you feel confident and prepare. Together, we can meet this challenge and keep you working.
La entrevista en carretera al conductor consiste de 2 partes y se lleva a cabo durante una parada de tráfico o en instalaciones como básculas o estaciones de inspección. En la primera parte de esta entrevista, un oficial hará al conductor una serie de preguntas relacionadas con su jornada laboral. El conductor debe poder entender y responder al oficial en inglés. La segunda parte de esta entrevista consiste en que el oficial mostrará imágenes de 4 señales comunes de tránsito en carretera. El conductor debe poder identificar y explicar el significado de cada señal en inglés. Al no pasar esta entrevista, resultará en que el conductor reciba una citación y sea puesto fuera de servicio, lo que requerirá que se presente en el DMV para volver a tomar el examen. Si se emite una citación, el conductor no puede conducir legalmente hasta que el problema se resuelva. Este entrenamiento en video está diseñado para ayudarle a prepararse para la entrevista al conductor y practicar su comunicación con oficiales de CHP durante una inspección en carretera. Sabemos que este tema ha causado temor y confusión. En Young's y TVT, estamos comprometidos a ser un recurso en el que usted pueda confiar. Hemos desarrollado este video y otros recursos para ayudarle a sentirse seguro y preparado. Juntos podemos enfrentar este desafío y mantenerlo trabajando. As you prepare for this interview, remember 3 rules. Speak slowly. Answer clearly. Use short sentences. Short answers are good answers. All that is required under the law is that you can effectively communicate basic information. Mientras se prepara para esta entrevista, recuerde 3 reglas. Hable despacio. Responda claramente. Use oraciones cortas. Las respuestas cortas son buenas respuestas. Todo lo que exige la ley es que usted pueda comunicar información básica de manera efectiva. The remainder of this video will take you through the questions you can expect in the roadside inspection and example answers in English. Please note that the answers given are just examples. You will need to respond with answers specific to your situation. In order to better help you practice for the inspection, the remainder of this video will be presented in English only. El resto de este video lo guiará a través de las preguntas que puede esperar durante la inspección en carretera y ejemplos de respuestas en inglés. Tenga en cuenta que las respuestas proporcionadas son solo ejemplos. Usted deberá responder con respuestas específicas a su situación. Para ayudarle a practicar mejor para la inspección, el resto de este video se presentará únicamente en inglés.
Question 1. The officer will ask, "Where did you start today?" Or, "Where are you coming from?" You answer, "I started in Firebaugh," or, "I'm coming from El Centro." Question 2. The officer will ask, "Where are you driving to today?" Or, "Where are you going today?" You answer, "I'm driving to Bakersfield," or, "I'm headed to Oakdale." Question 3. The officer will ask, "How long have you been driving today?" Or, "What time did you start today?" And, "What time are you planning to stop driving today?" You answer, "I started at 4 a.m., or, "I've been driving for 6 hours," and, "I should be done by 3 this afternoon." Question 4. The officer will ask, "What are you hauling today?" Or, "What's in your truck trailer?" Or, "What cargo do you have in your truck trailer?" You answer, "I've got lemons," or "tomatoes," or "I'm hauling onions." Question 5. The officer will ask, "Who are you driving for today?" Or, "Who are you working for?" Or, "Who is paying you for this load?" Or, "What is the name of your employer?" You answer, "I work at Young's," or, "I drive for TVT." Question 6. The officer will ask, "What is the telephone number for the trucking company you are driving for today?" Or, "What telephone number would you call if you had a problem today?" Or, "What telephone number at the company would you call if you had an accident today?" You answer, "I would call dispatch," or, "I would call dispatch, do you want the number?" Question 7. The officer will say, "Show me your driver's license, please," or, "Show me your CDL." You answer, "Here you are," or, "Yes, here it is." Question 8. The officer will say, "Show me the proof of insurance for your vehicle," or, "Where's your insurance card?" You answer, "Here it is," or, "Yes, it's in my binder." Question 9. The officer will say, "Show me the registration for your vehicle," or, "Where is your cab card?" or, "Where is your IRP cab card?" You answer, "Here you go," or, "It's in my binder, let me get it." Question 10. The officer will say, "What year was your truck manufactured?" Or, "What year is your truck?" Or, "What year was your truck made?" You answer, "It's a 2022," or 2024. Question 11. The officer will say, "Did you perform your pre-trip inspection before you started driving today?" Or, "Did you do a pre-trip inspection today?" You answer, "Yes," or, "Yes, before I got my trailer." Question 12. The officer will say, "Do you use time cards, an ELD, or a logbook?" Or, "How do you report the time you worked?" Or, "Do you use a time clock at work?" You answer, "Time clock and ELD." Or, "We use both an ELD and a time clock." Question 13, if applicable. The officer will say, "What hazardous materials do you have on the truck today?" Or, "What hazmat do you have on board today?" Or, "What hazmat do you have in the truck?" You answer, "None," or, "No hazmat," or, "Just garlic, no hazmat." Question 14. The officer will say, "What telephone number would you call in case of an emergency?" Or, "What telephone number would you call if you had a problem today?" Or, "What telephone number at the company would you call if you had an accident today?" You answer, "I would call my dispatcher," or, "Dispatch or 911 if it was an emergency." That concludes the examples of driver interview questions that you can expect in a roadside inspection. Next, we will cover the 37 highway traffic sign examples that you should be prepared to identify. Eso concluye los ejemplos de preguntas de entrevista al conductor que puede esperar durante una inspección en carretera. A continuación, cubriremos los 37 ejemplos de señales de tránsito que usted debe estar preparado para identificar. What is this road sign? No trucks. What is this road sign? 50 miles per hour. Name this sign. Railroad crossing. What is this sign? Pedestrian crossing. What is this sign? One way. What is this road sign? 45 mile per hour speed zone ahead. What is this sign? 20 mile per hour speed zone ahead. What is this sign? Runaway truck ramp. What is this sign? Be prepared to stop. What is this sign? Right lane ends. What is this sign? Keep right. What is this road sign? Enter way station if over 10 tons. What is this sign? Truck speed limit 40 miles per hour. What is this sign? School bus stop ahead. What is this sign? Weight limit 10 tons. What's this sign? Lane control. What is this sign? Wrong way. What is this sign? Roadwork next 5 miles. What's this sign? Traffic signal ahead. What's this sign? Do not pass. What's this sign? No parking. What's this sign? Merge. What's this sign? Yield ahead. What's this sign? No left turn. What's this sign? Slow vehicles must use turn out ahead. What's this sign? Vertical grade warning. What's this sign? Right lane must turn right. What's this sign? Vehicles over 5 tons, speed limit 45 miles per hour. What's this sign? No commercial vehicles. What's this sign? Road closed to through traffic. What's this sign? Right lane must exit. What's this sign? Slow traffic ahead. Be prepared to stop. What's this sign? Turn on lights. What's this sign? Low clearance ahead. 14 foot 4 inches. What's this sign? School zone. What's this sign? Maximum speed 35 miles per hour. What's this sign? Truck rollover. That concludes the 37 highway traffic sign examples that you should be prepared to identify. Eso concluye los 37 ejemplos de señales de tránsito que usted debe estar preparado para identificar. At Young's and TVT, we want to do everything we can to help you succeed as a professional driver and provide for your family. If you feel that you need additional help preparing for the English proficiency interview, please contact our office at 559-784-6651 and speak to one of our staff members. En Young's y TVT, queremos hacer todo lo posible para ayudarle a tener éxito como conductor profesional y poder mantener a su familia. Si siente que necesita ayuda adicional para prepararse para la entrevista de inglés, por favor comuníquese con nuestra oficina al 559-784-6651 y hable con uno de nuestros miembros del personal. Feel free to share this link and any of our resources with other drivers, whether they are connected to Young's and TVT or not. We love professional drivers and are here to help. Thanks for watching. Siéntase libre de compartir este enlace y cualquiera de nuestros recursos con otros conductores, ya estén conectados con Young's y TVT o no. Amamos a los conductores profesionales y estamos aquí para ayudar. Gracias por ver este video.